For many of us, the weather's warmed up, the sky is blue, the grass is growing, the birds are singing, the mornings are getting lighter, the evenings are getting lighter, the signs of spring are here, and it's really uplifting. It's a real buzz. It's really put a spring in everybody's step, and loads of people seem to have a big smile on their face. And of course, one of the first things you're going to want to do when you get back out into the garden for the first time is get that first spring grass cut under your belt. So you're itching to cut your grass, which is understandable because it's growing and it's got quite tall, but there's a few things you need to check first. If the ground underneath your feet is really squidgy, really boggy, really soft, keep off. Don't mow it. I know you want to, but you'll cause more harm than good. If you walk on that ground when it's really boggy, you'll just make it more compact. You'll just squash all the grass down. You'll turn it into a mud bath. So hold off, wait until the ground is nice and firm underfoot so you can walk on the lawn without leaving footprints or without water squelching up around the base of your feet. And if the lawn is like mine at the moment, if it is firm, if you can mow it, first thing you need to do as well when you get the mower out is to make sure you've got it on that high cut. Don't go straight into the lowest cut after winter because you'll really shock the grass, especially when this hot sun comes on it and you've cut it down really low. So start on a high cut and then over a couple of cuts, drop it down to sort of, an inch and a half or so. And then once you've done that, later in March into April, you can think about things like aerating and scarifying. So I've carried out my first lawn cut, but I've also scarified my lawn using an electric scarifier. And what does that do? That pulls out all the moss, the thatch, the debris, the dead leaves, the twigs. It opens the surface of the grass up. It lets in the light, the nutrients. It lets the fertilizer get in. It lets the air get in, and it allows those green shoots at the bottom to come back up and re-green the lawn and get it looking really good for the summer. For really big lawns, you can hire petrol driven machines if you want to. And at the other end of the scale, you can use something as simple as a springbok rake. That does a really great job. Or you can invest in a little bit of kit like this, which is a professional scarifying head. And that's great for lawns that have got really deep thatch and really deep moss that you really need to tear out and, to say, get that surface open. So carry out scarifying. It does a really great job. You can compost the moss that you take out. You can leave it for the birds or you can put it in the brown bin. But as I say, it will just give your lawn that boost of health that's going to get it looking so green for the rest of the summer and into autumn. So after you've carried out your first lawn cut, you've scarified, you've aerated, you've done all those lawn preparations, one important thing to do at the end is to feed the grass because that will strengthen it, it'll green it up, it'll give you that nice thick sward that you want. And you've got a couple of options. You can use a liquid feed, which I really love because they don't scorch, they go straight into the ground, they feed the roots really quickly and they feed through the foliage. Or you can use something powdered or granular like hoof and horn, which is also organic as well, and that will gradually dissolve, and again nitrogen will go into the soil and green that grass up. But whatever you use, it's really important to use a lawn fertilizer if you want to get that green lawn, that disease resistant lawn, and that lawn that's just going to look beautiful all the way through spring, summer and into autumn. So there you go, lots to do with the lawn this spring. You can get the first cut done if you want to, as soon as the conditions are right. You can get the lawn scarified to remove all the moss and the debris and the thatch, and then finally you can feed it with a liquid or granular feed, and you're going to get that beautiful green lawn this year. So I really hope you've enjoyed the tips and tricks, and if you do carry those out, you will get that amazing green lawn that's going to make your neighbours and friends and family green with envy.